All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something you probably use every single day, but maybe don't really think about. I'm talking about the gear. Yeah, it's that hidden force, the secret hero inside pretty much everything, from the car you drive to the watch on your wrist. They're silently powering our world. So let's get right into it and see how they work. I mean, have you ever really wondered how a car actually gets moving? Or maybe a better one, how a bicycle helps you pedal up a super steep hill. You know that feeling, right? You're facing this massive climb, so you shift down into an easy gear. Suddenly, you've got more power. Then, on the way down, you shift up to a hard gear to get more speed. How does that happen? Well, the answer to all of that lies in the simple but honestly brilliant world of gears. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Section 1. What even is a gear? We're going to break down the basics of this simple little machine that, honestly, moves our entire world. So at its absolute core, a gear is just a wheel, but with teeth. And when you bring two of them together, those teeth interlock, or what engineers call meshing. Now, when one gear, we'll call that the driver, starts to turn, it makes the other gear, the driven one, turn with it. It's a really simple but totally effective, no-slip way to move power and motion from one spot to another in a machine. And here's the first thing you absolutely need to know, kind of the fundamental rule of gears. When two of them link up like this, they always spin in opposite directions. So, if the driver gear is turning clockwise, the driven gear has to turn counterclockwise. It's the most basic way gears can change the direction of motion, and while it's simple, it is incredibly useful. All right, on to Section 2, the magic of gears. Because changing direction, that's just scratching the surface. The real magic, the thing that makes gears so powerful, is how they let you play with the trade-off between speed and power. This is where things get really interesting. See, it all comes down to this really critical trade-off. With gears, you can have more speed or you can have more power. But here's the catch, you can't have both at the same time. Think back to that bike. A low gear gives you low speed but a ton of turning force, what we call torque. That's perfect for grinding up a hill. On the flip side, a high gear gives you high speed but not much torque, which is exactly what you want for flying down a flat road. So, I just used that word torque, but what exactly is it? Well, imagine you're trying to loosen a really stuck nut on a bolt. If you use a short wrench, you have to use a lot of muscle, right? It's tough. But if you grab a long wrench, suddenly it's way easier. That extra length gives you more leverage, more turning force, and that is torque. Gears are basically designed to be mechanical wrenches, manipulating that very same principle. Okay, let's see how this works with actual gears. Imagine a small gear turning a much larger gear. Let's say the big one has twice as many teeth. This gives us what's called a 2-to-1 gear ratio. And here's what happens. The big gear turns at half the speed of the small one, but with double the torque. This is your low gear, your hill climbing gear right here. Now, let's just flip that whole thing around. What if a large gear is driving a small one that's half its size? Well, now the gear ratio is 1-to-2. The small gear will spin twice as fast as the big one, but it'll only have half the turning force. And there you have it. That's your high gear, your speed gear. You're trading that power for pure velocity. All right, Section 3, the perfect tooth shape. Now you might be thinking, hey, a tooth is a tooth, right? Just put some pegs on a wheel. But nope, the specific curve of a gear tooth is actually a little masterpiece of engineering, and it's designed for one absolutely critical reason, to make everything run smoothly. So this perfect shape has a fancy name. It's called an involute carve. But don't worry, there's a really simple way to picture it. Imagine you have a spool of thread. Now you wrap a string tightly around it. As you unwind that string, keeping it pulled tight the whole time, the path that the end of the string makes, that is the involute curve. And the reason this shape is so perfect is that it guarantees that as the gear teeth roll over each other, the speed and the force they're transmitting stay perfectly constant. No jerking, no slipping, just pure, smooth, continuous power. Moving on to Section 4, a gear for every job. You know, just like the tooth shape is super specialized, the gears themselves come in all sorts of different flavors. Engineers have come up with a whole bunch of different shapes, and each one is designed to solve a very specific kind of problem. So, first up, we have the spur gear. This is the one you probably picture in your head when you think gear. You know, the classic wheel with straight teeth. These guys are the simple, reliable workhorses of the gear world. You'll find them in all sorts of things, from washing machines to those old-school alarm clocks.
Next, we've got helical gears. And you can see right away their teeth aren't straight. They're cut at an angle. That angle is the key. It lets the teeth slide into place gradually instead of clunking together all at once. This makes them way smoother and quieter than spur gears. And that's exactly why they're the standard for pretty much every car transmission out there.
But what if you need the power to, well, turn a corner? That's a job for a bevel gear. See how they're cone-shaped? That shape lets them transfer power between two shafts that meet at an angle, usually 90 degrees. They are absolutely essential in things like a hand drill, where you need to take the motor's rotation and turn it 90 degrees to spin the drill bit.
And now we have this really cool one, the worm gear. It looks like a screw, that's the worm, meshing with a regular-looking gear. This setup is amazing for creating massive reductions in speed while jacking up the torque. But its real secret weapon? The gear can't turn the worm. It only works one way. This creates a natural brake, a self-locking system, and that makes it perfect for things like elevators or conveyor belts, places where you absolutely positively do not want things slipping backwards.
And finally, let's talk about the rack and pinion. This is a bit different. It's designed to do something really clever. Turn rotational motion into linear motion, a straight line. The perfect example is your car's steering. When you turn the steering wheel, a small round gear, the pinion, moves along a straight-toothed bar, the rack. That pushes your car's wheels left or right. It's a brilliantly simple and direct way to change one kind of movement into a totally different one.
Okay, let's bring it all home. Section 5. Gears run our world. I think it's pretty clear by now that these simple-looking wheels are actually incredibly sophisticated, and they are everywhere. So let's wrap this up by going over the biggest takeaways.
So if you remember nothing else, remember these 5 things. First, gears are just toothed wheels that transfer motion and power perfectly, with no slip. Second, their magic is all about that constant trade-off. More speed means less power or torque, and vice versa. Third, that special involute tooth shape is the secret sauce for smooth, constant power. Fourth, there's a specially designed gear for pretty much any job you can think of. And finally, number 5, they are the essential, hidden, unsung heroes inside basically countless devices, from watches all the way up to cars. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As you go about the rest of your day, just take a second to look around. Think about your watch, the vehicle you ride in, maybe the tools in your garage, all the machines that make our modern world possible. How many gears right now are powering your life? Hundreds? Thousands? It's this incredible hidden world of mechanical marvels, all silently spinning and working together just for us.